The truth about the presidents. Did you guys know that Hillary Clinton literally faked a whole crowd at one of her rallies?
My favorite conspiracy theory is that there are people hired by the government to cause rush hour traffic, and it's funded by big oil and SSRI distributors, because what else are you doing in traffic other than burning gas and being miserable? It's my favorite because I just made it up.
To film himself going on long adventurous hiking trips in the middle of the night, usually in rural areas of Barcelona, Spain. But on one particular night, something seemed to follow him and wouldn't give him a break. This was perhaps the most terrifying night of his life. After this, he decided to never go on a night hike ever again. Whatever this creepy figure was, it definitely had its eyes set on this man being its target. So just what is this entity?
It's not following him the way a human would, because it's going in a very unordinary pattern, because as you could tell, he ran to the cave and then turns around and it's already in the cave. So it seems to be some sort of dark spirit that's following him, but let me know what you guys think in the comments.
This is the Queen of the Illuminati, Beyoncé. She said that whenever she performs on stage, someone named Sasha Fierce comes into her body and takes over. She literally explains all of this herself on YouTube, but check this out. She literally says she has out-of-body experiences. If I cut my leg, I don't fall, I don't feel it, I am so fearless, and I'm not aware of my face or body.
I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me.
Her ex-drummer filed a restraining order against her and accused her of killing her cat to use it for witchcraft. Look at the necklace of this picture of Sasha Fierce. This is literally the symbol of the temple of...
A very concerned parent had posted the following video in the hopes that someone could explain the footage. In it, a child is seen playing in their crib, when suddenly, something truly terrifying is caught on camera. According to the parents, ever since playing with the Ouija board that they bought at a yard sale, strange things have been happening. On random occasions, their son would stare at an empty space as though something was there, and then suddenly cry out of nowhere. The strangest incident, however, may just be the following video. It's late at night when the following is caught on camera. Take a look. An unsettling screech-like noise is heard inside the child's room. It seems to come out of nowhere, yet sounds very close to the child. But even weirder is the fact that the camera glitches whenever it screeches. It's almost as though the presence of whatever this might be is so strong that it messes with the frequency of the camera. Then again, it is often the case that people hack into these cameras. Perhaps this might be an instance of that, but that doesn't explain how the camera shook whenever a loud banging noise occurred. The parents believe that whatever was making that noise must be the supposed paranormal entity that is haunting their child. Now, there's not much info given on this clip, so forming a solid opinion might be hard to do. But nevertheless, it's up to you to decide if the video is real or not. Just what exactly had occurred that night? Feel free to let me know what you think down below.
Whether this is real or not, you guys should not play with Ouija boards. You don't know what you can invite into your life or into your surroundings, so you guys really need to be careful out there, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
This is why you should never explore an abandoned circus. A young couple loved exploring abandoned places for their YouTube channel. And so, one night, they decided to explore an abandoned circus that was one town over. At first, it was like any other abandoned place they'd been before, empty, desolate, and in ruins. But soon after they arrived, something strange happened. The lights to the circus turned on, and so did all the power to the attractions. At first they thought it was creepy and weird, but then they realized that someone must own it, even if it's just the local council, and maintenance would have to be done. And if nothing else, it was great content for their YouTube channel. And so, with the lights on, they proceeded to check out all the stalls, rides, and buildings, starting with a behind-the-scenes look at the haunted house ride. Being into creepy stuff, this was probably their favorite ride, and so to get a backstage pass was pure luck in their books. However, soon after they started exploring the haunted house ride, they started to hear music, and it started to feel like the mannequins, as creepy as they were staring at them. They knew that these objects weren't real, and it was probably the atmosphere playing tricks on them, but there was something about these specifically placed clown dolls that creeped them out. Deciding that they'd had enough of the rides, they decided to explore some of the tents. And at first, they made for a great setting for their channel. Just enough mood lighting to make it feel creepy and eerie. But just like the other places, there were clown mannequins everywhere, and these ones were larger. They were perfectly still, but it always felt like they were in motion, as if you'd caught them off guard and they'd frozen on the spot. And whilst each one looked realistic from afar, they were clearly plastic when you inspected them up close. Regardless, this was starting to freak them out. Why were there so many of them, and why hadn't they noticed them around before? However, what really freaked them out was when one of them moved towards them, and another one cackled and started to chase. That was all they needed to make up their minds and run, and getting off the ground unscathed was easy. However, that night, when they'd already gone to bed, there was a knock at their door, and when they answered it, there was no one but a huge package. Thinking that someone had mistakenly delivered it to their house, they took it in and thought that they'd open it in the morning. However, soon after they got back to sleep, they heard the faint sound of music coming from their hallway. Upon inspecting the hallway, to their horror, they saw a clown sitting there who said, "You left so soon, so we thought we'd bring the circus to you."
If you're ever in a situation where you're going somewhere that has some sort of haunted paranormal activity, just make sure that you do whatever you can before you leave so that spirits do not follow you home, because as you could tell, paranormal activity came with them from wherever they came, and now it's in their life. So you guys really need to be safe out there, and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
In the following video, a man named Win is washing dishes in the kitchen when he hears a strange noise coming from his basement. This basement, according to Win, is a place that he and his family avoid entering at all costs. There's something about it that isn't right. Now, not too long ago, something happened inside this space that neither Win nor his family could explain. As Win states, he was by himself in the basement when out of nowhere, a small swing he had recently bought began to swing on its own. Although not really sure how to explain this, it would be the following incident that occurred only days later that leaves him extremely baffled. While being alone at home with his son, a loud banging noise on the basement door is suddenly heard. But when he checks to see as to who or what was banging on the door, he finds no one there.
Can you get it?
Understandably, this occurrence has left the family feeling thoroughly petrified. But as if that wasn't enough to freak them out, the following video captures this. Win is down in the kitchen washing dishes when his dog starts barking at the basement door. He immediately takes out his phone and begins to record.
Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay. Been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out. Oh. Okay. Just gonna set it up. Pick up your towels. And we'll just let the phone roll. I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs or something. Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay. Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Little buddy.
Sounding fed up with the supposed spirit, Wynn begs the entity to stop, but this only seemed to make things worse, as the door to the basement began to continuously open on its own soon after. It isn't until looking closely at the doorway, however, that someone or something appears. Like something out of a nightmare, the shadowy figure seemingly fades into the darkness before reappearing again as a giant shadow. Feeling beyond spooked, Wynn is absolutely certain that he won't be entering this basement anytime soon. But as always, until more footage is brought forth, this video remains a mystery.
I'm not too sure how real this clip is, but if it is real, this does seem to be some paranormal activity because, as you can tell, there's some sort of shadowy figure that keeps opening the door and closing it. These are the type of issues you need to get dealt with. They only proceed to get worse, so you guys make sure you stay safe out there. And let me know your thoughts in the comments.
I want to be kept anonymous. I have a story that has haunted me for 18 years. My family and I had just moved from New York to North Carolina. At the time, I was 15. Everything was going okay, and after a year, we finally found a house and moved in. By that time, I was 16. One night, it was bedtime, and I went to the bathroom to wash my face and brush my teeth. I took the long way because my parents decided to close the door connecting the bathroom with my room. Some of the rooms in this home were connected. Now, if you looked at the bathroom mirror and had the door open, you could see the kitchen and the window and the reflection. So I'm standing there washing my face, and I look up and see a little girl's reflection outside the kitchen window. I turned around really quick, and it was gone. It didn't make sense to me as that window was pretty high up, and you would need a ladder to look through. I just kind of brushed it off and didn't think anything of it. Time passed, and I became pregnant at the age of 17. I started to be sleepless and always had migraines. All of a sudden, I became so negative and didn't want to be around people. Everyone kept telling me that it was the pregnancy. After I had my daughter is when things started to get weird. I moved in with my husband and we would all be asleep when all of a sudden it would get really, really cold inside. I would hear a little girl call me mommy at night. I thought it was my daughter, and I would wake up and go check on her, but she would be asleep. Sometimes I would hear doors slam and glass break. My dogs would start to bark out of nowhere as well. We eventually moved out as the family grew. Now there were 2 girls and 1 boy. I would sleep our son in bed with us, and he would wake up crying and pointing at the corner of the room, and that scared me all the time. For some reason, I knew it was that same little girl that I saw outside of the kitchen window years ago. I never thought it would get worse until one night. I was sleeping and suddenly felt someone watching me and touching my hand. She would say mommy right in my ear. Things only got worse. When I was pregnant with my 4th child, I would have sleep paralysis and couldn't sleep anymore. I couldn't enter my room alone. I could hear this little girl everywhere. My son was 3 and even he wouldn't go into that room by himself. After I gave birth, I couldn't bear to go into the bedroom because I was petrified, and I would cry at the thought of going home after work. I eventually had someone come do a cleanse, and I never believed in the whole being haunted until I heard the words that came out of this man's mouth. He is a family friend of my husband and had been doing these types of jobs for decades. He started asking me questions like what's my first name and the name of my kids. He told me things I had never told anyone, not even my husband. Then he proceeded to tell me that something happened to me when I was 13, and that he saw me with an older woman getting into a bus. The only person I would get in the bus with would be my grandmother growing up. He said that something happened that traumatized me, and it opened a door and something evil came through. That door never closed. He stated that the little girl that I was seeing along with my kids and husband was not a little girl. It was 9 different demons using this image to take all of our energy and trying to cross into this world. He did a cleanse in my house and showed me how to do a self-cleanse and how to cleanse everyone in the house.
There's a lot of crazy things that go on in this world, so you guys really need to be safe out there and make sure you stay away from dark energy. So let me know your thoughts on this story in the comments.
Ya se cerró la plaza, joven. Buenas noches. Buenas noches, ya se cerró. ¿Hay algún niño aquí? Buenas noches. A ver, güey. Así con el... Cabrón. Mames, güey.
¿Sí?
¿Sí ve el bulto allá?
Sí, ese es algo blanco.
Cabrón. Va para allá, para el arroyo.
In the next video, Kenneth along with his friend Justin set out to explore the Austin Dam and an old abandoned paper mill. They remain cautious as they approach the paper mill, as one of the first things they notice is that the structural integrity of the floors and pillars are not in good condition, and they have to tread carefully and watch their footing. They also remain alert for anything unknown, as this place is widely rumored to be haunted. Local residents have reported unexplainable sightings as well as hearing strange noises in the vicinity. Before arriving, they speak to one of the residents who shares his creepy experience.
I think that place is haunted.
Oh yeah, most definitely. The paper mill's fucking haunted as shit. Because I went there the one night, me and my buddies. We all went over there and we were drinking a little bit, but
yeah,
like I was like 2 beers in and I'm like, dude, I must be like,
oh shit, it's bubbling out. It's burping, probably. It's probably just burping.
Good. Anyways,
Yeah.
I saw some. I was like 2 beers in. I'm like, I can't be this drunk already. Like, for shit to start moving off the walls, and then my buddy caught it on camera that like something ran behind us.
No kidding.
On Snapchat, like he caught it on camera and everything.
Dude, I'm gonna be down there trying to get some
Yeah,
footage
there's
too
fucking
this
definitely
tonight.
shit down there.
Heck
I don't
yeah.
care what she says. There's shit down there.
Hell yeah, man. That's freaking awesome.
Now, the main reason they are going to the paper mill is to view the remains of what's left, as this is a popular hobby of theirs. Venturing to places such as these, they never expected anything terrifying to happen, but upon arriving and navigating the place, they discover a dark entrance leading down under the paper mill, where they capture something chilling. Watch closely.
You want to go down there?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay. Little did we know the experience we would have would leave chills running down the back of our necks the rest of the night.
Hold on, I want to get that lower, closer down here.
There's a bone in the damn thing.
Holy shit.
See it right there?
What is it?
A bone. Bone.
I don't see it. Oh, it is. What the fuck? Holy smokes. What was that? Hello?
Get the fuck out of there! Yep, no more of that shit.
Did you hear that?
Oh yeah.
What was that?
I have no fucking idea.
While down in the depths of the paper mill, a creepy voice is suddenly heard as the two friends call out, as if something or someone down there is responding back to them. Immediately upon hearing this, they are both creeped out and run out of there, not wanting to stick around and find out what it is. The voice kind of resembles that of a child, but assuming it is, just what would a little kid be doing in the darkness of a building abandoned for years? Or could it be something more sinister, imitating a child's voice to lure them deeper into the darkness?
There's no reason why there should be anything or anyone down in this facility, because as you can tell, it's been abandoned for years, so this does seem to be some paranormal activity or some sort of spirit, because they do hear someone talking back to them. It's a good thing they stayed away from that basement, because it doesn't seem like anything good. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments.
I'm a retired FBI agent, and this is a conspiracy theory that keeps me up at night. In 2018, a treasure hunter tipped off the FBI to a large cache of buried, stolen Civil War gold in a rural part of Elk County, Pennsylvania. Now, the story goes, this treasure hunter had been looking into this since around 2011, probably further back than that. But his research showed that during the Civil War, a secret society known as the Knights of the Golden Circle, a group that operated in the North to sabotage the Northern efforts, One of them being to steal this gold that was on its way to the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia and then hide it. Why they never went back for it, I don't know. This treasure hunter had been operating or doing his research and looking for this stuff, and he located a site that was on public land in Pennsylvania. And he was operating under the permission of the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. It's somewhere along the way, this treasure hunter and the DCNR had a falling out, and he follows this up and goes to the FBI. He told them, or however he convinced them, they took it seriously enough to hire an outside agency to go in and do some very high-tech survey of the property to see if there's any validity to this. And sure enough, this high-tech equipment revealed that there was a large mass of some kind at this site underground. And then the FBI, also using pretty high-tech equipment, determined that there was the presence of gold. They end up getting a seizure warrant through a federal judge. They get a writ of entry that gives them access to the land. They do a 3-day search for this using an excavator and all kinds of techniques, to try to locate this stuff. Very well documented, I have to say, very thoroughly documented. And they found nothing. No sign of Civil War gold, no sign that anything had been buried there. Now, currently ongoing, there's a lawsuit between this treasure hunter and the FBI. He claims that they did find something and that there's video evidence of this. I don't understand why the site survey shows presence of gold, a large mass under the ground, and then they find absolutely nothing. So stay tuned, and I'm going to fill you in on this one completely because it really, really interests me.
Today we're going to talk about the Twitter conspiracy theory which goes into the disappearance of Malaysian Airlines. Now this theory actually had me thinking a lot of the time, so let's get into it. Make sure you follow my Instagram so you don't miss out any of my new content. So there was this Twitter account called Ty who said that he received a strange voicemail. Now this was posted on 13th of March 2018. Let's take a listen to the voicemail.
Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra.
Now, while it was a series of words, it wasn't just any words, it was the NATO alphabet. A bunch of people on Twitter translated it, and this is what it said, pause to read. Then he started receiving messages like this in different languages and Morse code, and it all translated to this. He also posted this tweet, pause to read, but it was freaky. And the numbers mentioned were the coordinates near where Malaysian Airlines went missing. So people started to think that this couldn't be a coincidence and maybe there was something which wasn't human on board. Because how does a plane just mysteriously vanish? What gets weirder is when you listen to the last recordings on Malaysian Airlines. We're gonna play that right now. Now the first recording that I'm gonna show you, listen to the pilot's voice. There's no stuttering, nothing like that. He seems fairly calm. Now you can hear that he's speaking pretty fast, very calmly. Now let's listen to this part. Now right before he says good night, we hear something in the background. Now you can't tell if it's a voice or if something's opening the cockpit door, but that might be the reason that the pilot was suddenly stuttering and going and talking slowly.
Attaining level 350. Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370.
And after that, Malaysian Airlines vanished. And then Ty's account was deleted, but in an interview with Shane Dawson, he said that he was getting death threats, homophobic comments, so he deleted his account. But a bunch of users who had added on to the theory suddenly said that they were all fake and they were doing it for clout. All of the people who were saying things, it's like they were threatened or something to keep quiet. One user even mentioned that they are taking over on April 18th. Who is they? And did they actually take over?
Me versus... Whoa, wait, don't give away too much, man. Yeah, okay, I can say clone, I want to say clone. All right, so there's like a clone by Ang Lee. Right. When it comes out, let's get a selfie real quick. Let's hop in for a selfie.
The truth about the presidents. Did you guys know that Hillary Clinton literally faked a whole crowd at one of her rallies? Ever since this photo of Joe Biden literally faking the whole entire White House for an interview went viral, People are starting to realize that these presidents are not what you think they are. And Hillary Clinton just further proves this with this whole fake crowd thing. Just watch this video, pay attention to the flags, the phones, and Hillary Clinton herself. As you can see, here's Hillary Clinton in North Kakalaka. And look at all these flags and phones. As you can see, not one of these flags in the background appears on their phones. And the background on their phones is completely different from the background in front of them. And watch Hillary Clinton walk by and pay attention how she appears on no one's phone. If they're out here faking simple stuff like that, imagine what else they're hiding from us.
He was driving back to base when suddenly he saw something in the back of the ambulance. Upon realizing what it was, he stops the vehicle and jumps out in a panicked state. Now, due to a lack of parking, he parks the ambulance inside an alleyway, but even from a distance, he can't seem to look away from the truck. Clearly, something has left him deeply unsettled. The following is his footage. Take a look.
Alright, so I'm not sure how to talk about this, but well, first off, I've been an EMT just for a little bit, and like I ain't never experienced nothing like this. So as we driving back to base, I swear I seen a face in the rearview mirror. Like,
send somebody as soon as you can.
I need to turn this engine off though, cause like we're gonna be stranded out here.
Yeah, as soon as possible. Thank you.
I'm not trying to go back in this truck. I don't know if you see it, but can y'all see that back door? Like it just, like it just flew open. Like, can y'all? Oh. Nah, what the? What was that? Can y'all see it? Nah, hell no. Nah.
A few nights later, it starts getting desperate to enter the house. And what happens next is absolutely terrifying.
तुम्हें बाहर जाना जरूरी है क्या?
एक मिनट यार, देख तो लेता हूँ कौन है। exactly 3 o'clock.
क्या हो जी?
उनका पे
यहाँ पे सो रहा है।
तुमको आवाज कुछ सुनाई दिया क्या?
नहीं। क्यों, क्या हुआ?
कुछ नहीं, मुन्नू की आवाज जैसे सुनाई दी। यहाँ पे आई क्या तुमको आवाज?
If there's ever someone knocking at your door and there's nobody there, just make sure you do not open it because you don't know what you could be allowing into your house because that's a very real thing. You guys be safe out there and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video. It made you tremble in your boots and we're going to be on to the next one.